Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel InfoSec Lab, and today we are going to continue our series of AWS attacking and defending AWS services. In today's topic, we're going over IAM Principle, which is one of the core functionalities and concepts in AWS service. So, introduction to IAM Principles. IAM Identities, sometimes referred to as IAM Principles, provide access to an AWS account and its resources. These principles typically provide for authentication or validate authentication was performed. Principles are core concepts for resource policies that are attached to resources like S3 buckets and define who is allowed to act on the resource. This room will explain the multiple types of IAM principles and their significance for attack and defense tactics. Alright, so that's the introduction of the room. Over here, the next task is the instructions on how to set up AWS account on the attack box virtual machine or on your local machines. Basically, it just help you how to set up account and get access to the resources to the resources set up by TryHackMe. Okay, I'm not going over this because of some sensitive information. So complete this one. IAM users. IAM users are the most basic form of an IAM principle. They represent a person or application. IAM users exist in a single AWS account, and AWS acts as both the authentication and identity store for the IAM users. Take a look at the users that exist in TryHackMe accounts via AWS console link. Okay. IAM users can have both login profile and up to 2 access keys. The login profile is a password that can grant access to AWS web console. Access keys are AWS generated and consist of the key ID and circuit. Okay, let me try opening the console. Let me try this machine. I'm going to log in the AWS console first. Just hang on for a second. Okay, so this is the user right here that we talk about. Okay, let's go back here. Security credentials over here. So we actually see the access key. This user, TryHackMe IAM user, has 2 access key. 1 and 2. This can never be shared with anyone else because it contains this combined with your secret access key will help you authenticate to AWS accounts and granting you access to the resources within that. Alright, so we can actually do it on a command line using this one. On AWS command line, this is a command we're going to run to check for the list of users of IAM user. Okay, as we can see, we have 2 users. This one and TryHackMe IAM user. The same output is right here. we have two users. The first one is this username, and then the second one is try.me IAM user. So this is going to be the AWS command line you use to find out the IAM users on the system, on the AWS account. IAM users are the most common way that AWS accounts are compromised, usually due to careless handling of the IAM ASIC keys generated. They're often committed to GitHub, stored in config files insecurely, or shared via insecure means. Answer the question, there are two IAM users in the account, the one using the 12-digit account numbers. What is the name of the other user? The name of the other user is this one. try.me IAM user. Okay. IAM roles. An IAM role is an AWS principle intended to be assumed by a person, service, or resource. For example, an EC2 instance might require permissions to S3. With AWS IAM, an EC2 instance is permitted to assume a specific role that has access to S3. Roles are also used when larger organizations use an external identity provider to access AWS. Roles are also required when AWS itself wants to take actions on your account. Take a look at the roles in your try.me account. Okay, and roles have what is known as the assume role trust policy. This trust policy specifies what principals are permitted to assume a role. Click on any of the roles in your account and check for the trust relationship. Okay, so over here we're going to look for, on the left menu right here, we click on roles. We're gonna see, let's see the try.me IAM role right here. Trust relationship, we're gonna be see the trust policy right here. Okay, so what does it tell us? In the screenshot, what does it tell us? We can see the role can be assumed via this effect allow right here by the AWS service support Amazon AWS.com right here. You can also see the same information by listing the roles in the AWS CLI. Okay, so AWS, and earlier we have list user, now we have list roles. And we're going to see the same output. I mean, not same output, similar outputs where you are provided a list of available IAM roles in the account. We just scroll down, and then if you want to exit the output, then just press Q or Control C, should be working. So up to now, you may have noticed the pattern in AWS CLI, which is there are some similarities in the syntax of how to run those. If you want to list the list of users, IAM user, you can use AWS. IAM is the name of service, and then list users. It show all IAM users, and then if you want to see all the IAM roles, then AWS IAM list roles. Pretty easy to remember, right? Let's continue. The IAM service API calls assume role is the operation that leverages this trust policy. We'll discuss how that is used and how you can leverage that in an attack scenario where in the room discussing AWS credentials. So for now, there are several roles in your account. What is a trusted entity for the organization's account access role? Okay, what is a trust entity for the organization account access role? So this is the roles. Okay, AWS service role for Amazon. Okay, no, we're looking for the role name, right? AWS service role for CloudFront formation. Nope. Service for Elastic Load Balancing. Nope. Scroll down more. Oh, right here. this is the role name, AWS Service Role for Organizations. Oh no. Nope, not that one. Yes, this one we're looking for. This one we're looking at. This one, AWS Service for Role Organizations. What is the trusted entity for the organization account access role? Right here. This is the role name right here. Organizations account access role. The action is assume role. And then this is the trusted entity. Copy and paste. Alright, so this is how you look for that. Now, usually this is not the optimal way to look for such role. So we're going to be using the help of ChatGPT to figure out the command line using AWS command CLI to filter out this role. Okay, let me try to do this. I'm going to have ChatGPT to help me. AWS. Just wait, hold on for a second. I'll share you the prompt I use. Okay, so this is the prompt I input in ChatGPT. I have the following output when running this AWS command, AWS IAM list roles. How do I filter the output? Whose role name is organization's account access role? So, and then I'm just going to be pasting the sample of the output for ChatGPT and it should give me the answers. Let's try that. Hopefully it works. Hit clear. We can try AWS IAM list roles. Okay, we do query. Rows. Now I can just like simply copy and paste, but I just want to remember how the command looks like and try to understand it. So it's gonna be helpful for me in terms of getting familiar with commands. So that's why I'm typing. It may be inconvenient at first, but trust me, it's very helpful. Role name equals. Okay. Or make sure when you copy and paste these names, you don't have any trailing space. Otherwise, it's gonna be mess up your query, your search. Let's see. Okay. Okay, let's try it one more time. AWS IAM list roles. Oh, there was a typo. Brr. List roles, okay. AWS IAM list roles query. Web roles. Okay. Role names equal there we go. Okay, so this is going to be the command line that we use to filter out the role, the IAM role whose name is organization's account access role, and it's gonna be easier and much more efficient when we go through all the IAM roles. All right, so we get the same information. So and the role name, role ID, the Azure policy documents, and with the principal. This is the name of the principal, the trusted entity. All right, let's continue. Root user and AWS account. The root user is a special form of IAM principal meant to represent the account's owner. Root users have full privileges in the account, subject to any service control policies, which we will discuss later. The username of the root user is AWS. In AWS is always the email address used to create the account. You will rarely encounter the root user in day-to-day AWS development. As a defender, you want to ensure that the root mailboxes for all of your AWS accounts are monitored. Amazon will send critical securities and operational notices for each account to its root email address. As an attacker, if you have access to the email box for the root user, you can potentially reset the password and take control of the AWS account. We'll show you how the password reset process works in the future room. Fun fact, before 2017, AWS accounts and Amazon retail accounts that share the same email addresses were linked. This created what is known as the underwear problem, where startups' AWS accounts was the same account the founder used to buy underwear. Okay, this is fun. This is important because full access to the account might also be shared if an Amazon retail password is shared amongst people. AWS recommends you do not use the root user account for day-to-day activities. You should always use an IAM user or role. The root user is necessary for a few operations which are documented here. So this is going to be the documentation, the link right here. Okay. It is not possible as an IAM user to identify the root email address of the accounts you're in. However, if the AWS account is a member of AWS organization, you can discover the email address of the organization's master account. Try this with this command. Okay, so this is one of the command we can try if they use AWS organization. Describe organization SOS. Okay, we got the information. What is the master account email for your TryHackMe account? Sorry, master account email. Alright, so that's it for the root user and AWS account. Moving on to IAM groups. IAM groups are collections of IAM users. Groups are useful in a way that you can apply policies to the group, and users in a group would inherit the permissions. Only granting permissions via IAM groups is considered the best practice in many circles. You can see the IAM groups in your account via the AWS console. Okay, right here, user groups. It's going to be this one. Over here you have two groups, IAM module group and then TryHackMe IAM group. Alright. throughout your TryHackMe AWS journey, your IAM user will be granted the proper permission for the rooms you're using. This will be done by adding your IAM user to IAM group that matches the room you're in. So now, again, we can use AWS CLI to list a group. IAM list groups. What do we have? We have two groups, as it shows right here, IAM module group and then the TryHackMe IAM group. Same here, same output. Alright. Technically, IAM groups are not principals because they are only grouping of privileges, not an actual authenticated entity. So what is the name of IAM group your IAM user is currently a member of? It's this one. TryHackMe IAM. Wait, what? Nope. What is the name of the IAM group your IAM user is currently a member of? This one? Wait. How? Okay, let's see. So it means the AWS account, not the... Oh, that's confusing though. Wait, so I have two users. Oh, okay. I know what I mean. Your IAM user, not the TryHackMe's IAM user. So I guess this one is the TryHackMe IAM user and this is my IAM users. And to double check that, we can actually click on this user, click on the group. It will show the group that it belongs to, which is IAM module group. Okay, how do we do that on AWS CLI? Let's try. Let's try Ask GPT again. How to find the IAM group of an IAM user using AWS CLI. And this is going to be the AWS CLI we use. AWS IAM list groups for user, and then user name is going to be our okay. So yeah, my IAM user is within the IAM module group. We can try the same thing with AWS IAM list groups for user, and then user name is TryHackMe IAM user. Yep. Okay, so that's how you figure out a group of an IAM user using this specific command, AWS IAM list groups for users, and then specify the username. Moving on to AWS services. From an API and IAM perspective, AWS has several services. These services do not always align with how they appear in the AWS console or the marketing names used for. For example, AWS VPC, the software-defined network construct, is a part of EC2 namespace. The call to create a VPC is EC2 create VPC and not VPC create VPC. Okay. Amazon CloudWatch is a combination of several services, including CloudWatch events, CloudWatch metrics, or CloudWatch logs. Because the AWS two-piece team organizational structure. There isn't consistency between services around how API calls are named. Some services use get for describing resources, while others use describe. The AWS Python SDK Model 3 documentation excellent source for understanding the AWS service call, API service call. Okay, I'll open this one so you can have a look at the URL. It's right here. I'll put these links in the description so it's easier for you. From the perspective of IAM Principals, AWS services can act on resources in your account. Often, a service like Lambda or EC2 will need to assume a role for your application to access resources. In the context of AWS IAM, services are always in the form of service name .amazonaws.com. AWS services are often represented in the assume role trust policy of IAM roles. So what does it mean? It means that okay. What the rows? It means that right here, it always appears right here. That's what it means. Okay, often represented. AWS services are often represented in the assume role trust policy of IAM roles. Yep. It's going to be this one. Yes. Is it? I'm not sure, but let's skip it for now. We may revisit this and then try to dig deeper. What AWS service is trusted to assume the role AWS role. Okay. Let's try AWS IAM list roles. Okay, and then let's try to remember the query. Okay, roles. We have roles where role name equals what is this name? So what AWS service is trusted to assume the role? Which one? It should be the principal. The value of okay, right here. The principal, the service name. So it's member or stack says CloudFormation AWS Amazon AWS.com. Okay. So this is what I mean. AWS services are often represented in the assume role trust policies of IAM role. They mean this part right, this special key values pair right here. Principal and the service. Now the principal can be one service or multiple services within AWS, depending on the policies. But in this case, there's only one service. Okay. everyone. There is a unique principal asterisk which represents everyone. Depending on AWS service, the everyone principal could mean anyone on the internet or anyone AWS account or any AWS customer. The everyone principle is how resources are made public, either on purpose or by accident. The everyone principle is typically used in AWS resource policies, which we will discuss in the future room. Just agree you're not going to do your best not to win a bucket diligence award. Yes. Federated identities. Most companies in AWS have adopted a multi-account strategy. AWS accounts are created according to application, team, or environment. Developer, QA, production. Each employee having multiple IAM users becomes an untenable situation. Most enterprises leverage a centralized identity store like Active Directory and some authentication service. ADFS, Okta, etc. Or OpenID to grant employees access to assume a specific IAM role in a specific account they are authorized to access. An identity provider is created with a SAML metadata document. Once authenticated by the corporate identity system, a SAML assertion document is passed to AWS. This assertion lists the AWS account and AWS roles in the users permitted to assume. So basically what it means is, let's say you work for a company example.com, right? And you have the company's email infoseclab at example.com. Then in order to access the resources in AWS, you'll be using the credentials from your company, which is infoseclab at example.com, using any kind of this authentication, either via Active Directory or the SAML authentications, either one. Use that to authenticate to the AWS accounts. So using your email, infoseclab at example.com. Once you sign in, you'll be once it's integrated within the AWS account, you'll be provided an SDS, the section security token service. These are just like temporary or short-term credentials for your account to actually sign in AWS and then assume a role within the AWS, and then depending on the policies of this role that you have right here, you can perform certain actions on certain resources that you are supposed to be doing. Okay, so let's make it easier to understand. So let's say in AWS environment right here, you have an S3 buckets you want to access to, but as an outsider, you don't have the permission to view the buckets, right? So you'll be using your corporate emails, infoseclab at example.com, authenticated against the AWS account. You'll be providing a security token service. You'll be providing a session token when you sign in, and once you sign in, your account will be assuming the IAM role, which has the policy to view the bucket or to view the content of the bucket. And depending on the policy, you can actually modify the buckets, add or delete the files within the buckets. So it depends on the policy set for you or the users. Basically, that's what it is. With federated access, the authentication system provides multi-factor authentication. Federated access requires that one or more IAM roles trust the SAML identity provider created in your account. If you look at the track me IAM roles in your account, you see the trust relationship as simple as SAML provider. Okay. Just actually assume role SAML. Okay. SAML provider. Okay, right here. You see the trust relationship is a sample SAML provider in your account. Okay, what is the name of the sample SAML identity provider in your account? This is the name. Conclusion: now that we have identified various actors in the AWS IAM space that assume IAM permissions, we'll go into how those actors are authorized to operate on cloud resources as we dive into the structure of an IAM policy statement. Alright, so complete the room. And that's it for the room today. I hope you understand all the IAM principles concepts, especially the federated identity concept right here at the very end. If it's still confusing to you, please feel free to reach out or leave a comment below. I'll be happy to help you understand the concept. Also, there are several links in this room I'll be putting in the description, so you can actually refer to them and you don't have to type them out manually. Alright. I guess that's it. And thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. See you. Bye.